I don't think it's a case of really looking for things, more kind of being inspired or excited by the unexpected, actually. Half the time I find myself reminding myself of the importance of keeping an open mind and being really scared by the prospect of playing certain types of roles and surprised by my desire to face those challenges. I've learned a lot about preparation over the years, and actually it's so important to let the preparation go, because you can get stuck in this little sort of tunnel all of your own, beetling away at home and preparing who you think the character is, but the reality is you have to leave so many sort of blank spaces for other people to fill by way of the director and the other actors and the things that they think, and also what they are bringing to the project through the roles that they're playing or what the director has to say. If I am playing a role in a film that is an adaptation of a book, I would always read the book, unless I had been specifically asked not to by the director. But often for me I find that incredibly useful, and I will always find myself referring back to the book, almost obsessively actually. It sort of becomes my armour, my friend, particularly in the case of Revolutionary Road and The Reader. Both of those films I remember really, I just would scour the book for pieces of information that surely the writer hadn't found or surely the director hadn't seen, and I always really enjoy that. There are challenges in every single day. The biggest one, to be honest with you, I think is being able to stay focused, because you can rehearse and you can plan everything and you can think you have a framework that you want to stick with, or a few ideas that you want to remember to keep in your back pocket, and sometimes the craziness of an on-set environment can be so intense that you can find yourself forgetting all of those things that you planned. So actually really staying focused and knowing that it's okay to kind of take yourself off into a quiet corner and just remember what it was that you had set out to do. And also just being very accepting of everyone, really, because actors can be quite weird, and they all have their sort of tics and ways, and it's such a privilege to see how odd everyone is, but at the same time it can really affect your day and how you're playing a role if you allow yourself to be caught up in someone else's stuff or someone else's process. And so just being accepting and sort of enjoying them for everything that they are. One thing that's always helped me is really never judging other people. There's always going to be something that they'll land on in the end, and often we all just have to go through a bunch of silly stuff first in order to get to that place, and that doesn't happen unless you just let it. Just because I've had a lot of experience, it certainly doesn't mean that there are certain things that I'm really getting right or nailing. I mean, I would almost hope the opposite, because I want to always be finding new ways of being able to collaborate and being able to be included and involved and excited and passionate. The experience of making a film can often be really very hard, and it can can leave one sort of feeling, okay, I'm okay with the fact that that's over now. And then lo and behold, the thing will come out and it'll be incredibly fantastic, even more than you could possibly have expected. So throughout my life, that has always been the case. Every filming experience is very different to the finished product, possibly with the exception of Sense and Sensibility, which was just absolutely glorious in every respect to make and completely glorious to watch, and still is for me to this day. Another question that I'm often asked is, could you help me in any way, or could you? And it's a funny thing, because actors can't really help other actors, and I find that quite frustrating, because I wish I could, because I'm sure there are so many actors out there who would give their right arm just to be in one scene of a film with no lines. I think what I would honestly say to people starting out, it is difficult. It is definitely a hard job to do, and you do have to keep working at it. You do have to keep practicing things. You have to allow yourself to make mistakes, make them, rehearse in your bedroom. Try not to look in the mirror too much, because then you rehearse a scene in front of a mirror and you like the way you've said something or done something, and all you will do is keep picturing yourself doing it the way you liked, rather than being completely present in the moment. No looking in mirrors, that's not good. You have to keep at it, you do. And if it is the thing that you really believe you want to do with your life, you will get there. You just have to keep going and keep going and keep going, and keep yourself busy. Don't wait for the phone to ring. Fill your life in other areas, because the more you enrich your life, the more enriched you'll be as an actor and as a person, and you'll be able to bring much more to each role that you hopefully will get the chance to play.